If you put a prison right next door to where dreams come true, it's definitely not going to be a fantasy land. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis stepping up his feud with Disney. Word is he's considering building a prison right next door to Disney World. This clash with the media giant began last year when the company criticized his education policies, limiting discussion of gender identity and parental rights in schools.
People have said, maybe have maybe create a state park, maybe try to do more amusement parks. Someone even said, maybe you need another state prison. Who knows?
Okay, so he said this among a potpourri of statements, Julia. Julia Manchester, national political reporter for The Hill now. Is he just barking? Is he just trying to rile Disney?
We'll have to see, Adrienne, but one thing we do know is that this is a continuation of the ongoing feud between Disney and Ron DeSantis. Now, let's go back to where this started from. Disney essentially has self-autonomy over a ton of land in Central Florida that spans over Orange County as well as parts of Osceola County. And for over 50 years, we've seen that Disney has had control over municipal government, essentially, in that area, and maintenance and that sort of a thing. So it's, in a way, it's its own local government. But after last year, we saw the tensions rise over the parental rights and education bill, also known as the Don't Say Gay bill. The then Disney CEO, Bob Chapek, criticized that bill. We saw that this feud with DeSantis ramped up, and Ron DeSantis essentially, moved to take away that autonomy from Disney and moving to appoint new members to a board that would be controlled by the government. But of course, earlier this month, now Disney CEO Bob Iger and Disney leadership moved to essentially curb that control that the government would have.
And it was critics that named the Florida Parental Rights and Education Act most recently the Don't Say Gay bill. But again, those are proponents of LGBTQ plus rights, et cetera. Yes. That governance board you're talking about, the Reedy Creek Improvement District, doesn't DeSantis now govern that? Doesn't he lead that? What more does he want from Disney?
Look, he technically does lead that, but it was that last-minute deal that Bob Iger and Disney leadership sort of pushed through that would allow that board to have less control over that area of Disney. So we see that Ron DeSantis, is now pushing back with this new legislation that would essentially give that board more control. So I think this is just essentially an ongoing feud and very much a back and forth between Disney and Ron DeSantis. DeSantis would say this is him pushing back against a corporation in Central Florida.
But that's not something that the GOP leadership is actually game for. So do you think DeSantis actually risks going too far?
That's a good question. It seems to be in his political calculus that it works out. I think this is part of his ongoing culture war rhetoric that we see in Florida. He sees it as fighting for parents' rights, fighting against woke Disney, as he calls it. Of course, Disney views it very differently, saying this is about standing up for LGBTQ rights and members of the community. So this is more, I think, of his political rhetoric that we've been seeing as his profile has rose. But, look, you're absolutely right. Yeah. As to whether GOP leadership agrees, we'll have to see.
All right, Julia, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.